Look, the ultimate goal is to finish the transaction, much like when you pass through a door. You close it behind you. Maybe your kids don't do that, right? They leave the refrigerator door open, the front door open, the car door open. Close the door, okay? Your job as a closer can be reduced to this one point: getting the prospect to take action and give you something you value in exchange for something your prospect values, where the transaction is completed and you both metaphorically walk through a door and then close it behind you. That means make sure it's wrapped, done, finish. Now, there's a lot of different places where you close transactions. Maybe minor transactions. The appointment was a close. Getting an appointment's a close. Getting them to show up's a close. Getting them to take delivery of your product is the ultimate close. Metaphorically, walk through the door and close it behind you. Look, hopefully both parties will value what they received, otherwise you probably won't do this again, more than what they gave in order to consummate the exchange and walk away, and everybody feels like a winner, including you. The goal is not to negotiate. The goal is to close. The goal is not to get a commitment. The goal is to finish. The goal is not to continue negotiating for a commitment. It's to finish, to close. The goal is not to reduce a price or a payment or get the color right. The goal, that would be negotiating. The goal here of the close is to finish. Things like, you could say things like, hey, let's do this. You know, you're hearing all this objections, this stalls, it's going on and on. Let's do this. I know that. I got it. Let's do this. Sign here. Let's roll. Let's get this thing happening. You know what? I got it. I understand. Do it anyway. I understand you need someone else to look at it. Let's move forward. Okay? Regardless, you know you're going to do this. Let's get it done. Let's get it over with. I know you need to think. That's why you're here. What we need to do now is get beyond the thinking stage and make a decision. Now, you might want to play this back and hear all these great little word tracks I'm giving you. We're going to cover this more in detail when we go over exact closes and when we give you your quick fix closes where you can actually grab data immediately to solve problems for you. A car dealer once told me, I was selling to, he said, Grant, you know, you sold your products. This happened recently. You know, Grant, I appreciate that meeting you did for us the other day, but you sold your products too hard, and that's why we're not going to buy. And I'm like, what? He's like, you sold your products too hard, you promoted too hard, and that's why you're not going to buy. I said, hey, man, look, the reason you aren't happy right now is because you didn't close. My goal is to get my products in your people's hand, and they use them, and they sell more cars because of it. My goal is not to make you happy or please you, okay? My goal is to get your production up. The goal is not to sell my product. It's not to get your money. But the goal is to get your people using the products, learning the technology, and winning in the marketplace. I told him the reason you aren't closing right now is not because I sold you too hard. It's because I didn't close you hard enough. See, closing and selling are completely different tasks. Don't let anybody confuse you. You need the presentation skills. You need an arsenal or firepower to close. And you need to know, closing is like walking through a door. Shut it, finish it, complete the task.